Keep it in, asshole.
Okay.
Welcome to co-hosts.
Yeah, welcome to Too Many Co-hosts. I'm your co-host, Dallas Outsider. And here we have our co-host, Gypsy.
Yeah, that's
Our
me.
our co-host, Tony. Our co-host, Ashley.
Hey.
And our new co-host, Riley.
All right. Everyone's just making noises, so I thought I'd do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll fit right in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's just gonna make noises by the end of it.
I feel like that's the only way something like this will happen. If we're adding new people each week or something.
It's just gonna be
It's gonna be like 50 members, and it's like, dude, the intro's gonna take like fucking 5 minutes.
it's gonna be
All right,
half-
everyone make their noise that they make every week.
Yeah.
No, you have to do that every week. It's like attendance roll call at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah, so Riley here is we knew each other from audio school. We both went to an audio school together.
Yeah.
It
We
was quite-
both decided to throw our money away at that, and now we're here.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if it's throwing away money. Your the voice quality is pretty good on yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
No,
like
and
the
plus, I mean, I got to meet this fucking guy and a few other cool dudes, so I mean, can't complain.
Yeah.
But
Checks out.
I need to get that mic, by the way. Are you using the
Yeah.
Aston Stealth?
this is the Aston Stealth. Yeah, it's a beauty.
You showed me that mic, and yeah, now I am gonna save up for that now.
Yeah, highly recommend. If you're looking for a SM7B replacement or something similar.
Yeah.
There you are.
What mic is yours, Ashley? I see that one looks pretty cool. It's a Shure.
Yeah, it's sure. I don't
Oh, is that
remember.
that's that new like podcasting one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my buddy Travis has that one. That's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
I just have the Shure.
The MV7.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I like it.
I just have the standard concert one. I
I
got for
thought
like
it was
I got
58.
yeah,
Mine is the Yeti.
56 actually, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It got for like $30 at Guitar Center.
Nice.
Nice.
My dad has some microphones, and I think they're still sitting in the garage here somewhere.
Nice.
That were like Shure microphones, but before they were just shortened to Shure. It says Shure Brothers on it from the
Nice.
70s. It has a
Cool.
cable I've never seen on anything else before. You have to
Oh
screw it
my.
on. It's
What?
really weird.
Oh,
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
I feel like
I
I've
can see
seen
why
something
it
like
went out of style, like why XLR took over. But
Too difficult. We can't. Do
yeah,
that.
Screw it. We're gonna go for it.
yeah, literally, screw it. Yeah.
Oh man. Uh
Funny little MacBook Pro built-in mic on the.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! It actually doesn't sound that bad, to be honest, for a built-in microphone.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
have a top quality microphone called a headphone.
Hell yeah, brother!
Gaming headphone.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we both went to audio school. What were some crazy story events that happened during that school? Do you remember anything that happened there
I
that we
remember a
might
few
have
things.
experienced?
Well, it depends on if we're talking like in terms of audio, like recording stories, or just like us goofing off. Because there was a lot of that too.
Well,
But-
yeah. For
Well,
those who wonder what audio school is, it's basically where you learn about music production,
Mhm.
whether it's in the studio or in movie productions, like post production.
Adding all the boom booms on the guns.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
all the
making
and
adding the punching noises.
so like sound mixing, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it's
yeah,
called?
yeah.
I know things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know things.
What ages is the school? Like Is this
Oh
like a high
man.
school thing or like
Well,
It's
so
secondary, so it's like,
I don't know. We don't have a secondary.
Oh,
oh,
Or
yeah,
oh,
2nd
'cause
okay.
well, we don't call it secondary,
is
at
it just
Yeah.
least.
you just call it college and stuff?
It's more it's like a
like
it
a
was a 6-month course, but yeah, it's
Ugh,
I mean, like I don't know, Dallas, you might have been the youngest. I think because you're like a year
I
younger than me.
I think Tanner was the youngest.
Oh, maybe Tanner was, yeah. But either way, like and you guys, well, he was 18 or 19 or something.
Yeah, so he was fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
yeah.
And but then we
Alright.
had Benoit who was like fucking, I don't know, like 56 or something like that.
A French he was a
Go for it.
French
Yeah.
biker.
Yeah. He was awesome.
A French
He was a
biker who
legend.
wanted to do, audio engineering.
Well, he had experience in the field. He made that
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah,
clear. He's
he
like,
works
I've
he
been
works
doing audio, I've been doing live for 20 years. Oh, but no, I love that guy.
Wait, so why do you go to school then? Or did
I
like
don't know. He's like, I want to know
just just a
the
flex.
yeah.
Technical.
I got nothing else to do. No.
I'm bored.
Yeah. No,
I gotta
I think
spend
he
my
wanted
money
to know
somewhere.
the like recording side and like get some studio experience because he didn't have as much of that. But yeah.
because like usually the
Yeah,
point of
it's good.
places is to like get skills for a job, but if you're already like are doing it, it's kinda like
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I love Ben. He was an interesting guy, but
Yeah,
he always
super
just had
awesome.
some he always just like pulled something else out too that was like, wait, you do that as well? Like he was a
He
sick blues
he
harmonica player.
yeah, he
Nice.
played a mean harmonica.
Oh man, he could shred on that thing.
Didn't he
It
bring,
was
like, his
wild.
own, like, vintage, like, mic with him that's, like,
Yeah,
specifically made for harmonicas?
yeah, it was he went all out, man.
Very specialty.
I remember a day we were all jamming and he brought in like he had like a harmonica for each key for whatever song we want to play. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, E minor? Hold on, let me grab that.
You can't play
Pretty
all the
much, yeah.
things with the harmonica?
What's that?
You can't play all the things with the harmonica?
Well, I think there are certain that have like every note, like it's called a chromatic, but
Mhm.
I think most of them are like set to different scales. So or
Yeah,
like keys. So it's
scales so
like,
that
oh,
you can't so
this
that
one
way
would
you
work with
can't
C
hit
major or A minor or whatever, but not in
'cause
other ones.
it's hard to play, like, certain notes on the harmonica. You kinda play, like, a bunch of them together.
Yeah.
So with the scaled ones, there's not really any wrong notes for it
Yeah,
then.
you just blow and goes, yeah, make a chord, you
Hey,
know?
It's like,
music.
"Yeah, yeah, that sounds good." Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anyone else have, like, a secondary school they went to other than high
Uh,
school? Sorry, I keep saying secondary school like you 2 know what it means. Uh,
Well,
In
isn't second
college.
I mean I've heard school,
I think
but
it's
yeah,
post-secondary technically.
Right.
oh, okay,
'Cause
technically, yeah.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, because secondary is
That's
like
what it
high school.
oh, okay, sorry,
Yeah,
I got that mixed up then.
Yeah.
it is different for you guys.
SMH.
Consider what your like grade like whatever through 12 to be your like regular and all that shit past the secondary, right?
Yeah, honestly, it depends on the freaking place, like the town even, because like my I was even talking to my parents about this the other day, and they were talking about it like, yeah, in my town, it was grade 1 to 6 and or kindergarten to 6 in one school, and then 7 to 8, 9 in the next. But then for me, it was like, no, it's 7 to 12. I was going to like when in grade 12, I felt like I was going to work with like children every day. It was really weird.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, 'cause Ashley and Gypsy are both from the States, but Tony here is from
okay.
Vancouver.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
My school experience was a lot different than a normal person's school experience.
Okay.
Um, the first year was not good. So I was put into uh, because I was put into high school at grade 8,
Mhm,
and
Mm,
same.
so that year, horrible year, gonna skip that year because that one's a little bit triggering for me. Went
fair
to an
enough.
alternative
Understandable.
school where they basically place their problematic children, or like usually they call it like, oh, that's where all the druggies go and all this and that.
Yeah.
They're not all druggies. They're not all bad people. They just have problems. That's all.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you get older and older, and then you see like these 14-year-olds like there, and you're like 18, 19. It's a little weird.
In the same
Yeah.
grade?
No, not in the same grade, but
Oh,
like in
okay.
the same building, in the same class,
Oh,
because like
yeah.
we weren't put into like
Yeah.
a big building. We were put into a little portable place
Mm.
thingy.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they kept freaking being moved.
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like being in grade 7 like that, like because like I was entering the high school at that point, being like just this kid. I hadn't even been like I was barely over 5 feet tall at this point. I didn't have any growth spurts or anything, but I felt like I had to catch up and be like more adult in grade 7. And then all the seniors, even in like grade 9, they were looking at me like, Jesus, this kid is tiny. Like it's yeah, and then I remember looking at all the other kids when they were coming in when I was older and thinking, "Oh my god, they're all so tiny. Was I
Yeah.
Yeah.
that big when I came in here?" Like it's a weird feeling being
Yeah,
stuck in that
that's what I
building for like
noticed about
6
that
years.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was so big when I went into high school and then, like, seeing all the grade 8s when I was in grade 10, I was like, "You guys are just children. You're just little tiny
Yeah.
children in high school."
What happened to my body?
Who
What
was
have you done?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the, most popular person in your high school? Because I feel like everyone's, like, character arc has evolved around that one popular person in the high school.
Mm. Mm, I don't know.
I don't think we had a specific person. We had a very big school.
Mhm.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
but
that's
all of the popular kids were really smart.
mhm.
Yes,
Um,
that was the same in my school too.
so I don't know.
I think it was weird because of the fact that it was such a big, like, age gap too. Like, I feel like there were popular junior enders
Mhm.
that
Right.
and then there were popular, like, seniors. But even so, it was more like, "Oh, yeah, they play on the football team," but, like, the football team kinda just was established, so no one really cared. And it was like, "Oh, those are the musicians. Those are those kids." I was one of them. And then, "Oh, that's the drama." Like, I don't know, it was way more clicky in that way and
Yeah,
less like
definitely.
yeah. So I don't know. Hard to say.
What
Oh,
about you?
there was always a distinction between the English and the Frenchies because we had French immersion as well in this school. And everyone in the English I have a specific resentment against French Canadians just as a sort of humor.
You know what's
Yeah,
weird?
so
I also do, but we had nothing to do with French.
I also do, I just hate them. Some Quebecois. No.
I think it's just some sort of like Western Canadian like
Western,
thing that
Eastern type of
some
thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
Western sort of
What's
Eastern thing to
side?
kind of not like the French.
Yeah. Well, and they're so
Specifically the
antagonistic
fake
too,
French.
just
Well, they're not
y
fake French. They're like Canadian for they're
yeah.
Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they like, with the whole, like, separatist stuff and everything, it's just so funny to be like, just sit down. You guys are fine. You come on."
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
whole different country if you,
Yeah.
like, visit and
Well,
if you
that's
go
what
to
they want
Quebec.
you to think.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to think, Dallas. The propaganda is working now.
Oh
They
my
got to
gosh.
him.
Yeah.
FLQ.
Propaganda.
Careful,
Um
Dallas. Do not open your mailbox. It might explode.
Yeah. Jeez.
if there's any French writing, I'll just throw it away
Yeah,
immediately.
exactly. Yeah.
Wait, but in Canada, everything has some sort of French writing
Oh,
on there.
you're right.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
Just
I
throw it
gotta
all
throw it
away.
all out. Just go throw it all out. I don't care.
I'm
Huge
moving to
group
Alaska.
government
Oh, man.
Can't
controlled
be any French there.
Only Americans.
Yeah, yeah.
we from the French invasion.
French invasion. But yeah, I can tell you who the most popular kid in my school was.
Yeah.
It wasn't decided who was most popular. It was like it's more like, in my opinion, who is the most
Right.
popular kid in my high school. His name was Zach, or
Okay.
Zachary. Um, I do highly respect him because he is insane. Like he's smart. He is athletic, and he can act. He's
Damn.
like, a triple hatter. He can do all three
The
in
everyman.
high school. He can
Juggernaut.
accomplish anything. I watched him go from being a band kid, like your stereotypical band kid. Because in grade 8 we both were in the same class, and he also took the bass clarinet, and being
Mm.
beside him every day in school during your band kid things, watching him become that and progress into being like super fit and super smart, being top of the class, and like uh being the host or speaking at the grad type of thing. And yeah, I absolutely adore him because he is absolutely lovable. I respect him so much that he stole one of my best friends from me, and I
Wow.
wasn't even mad about
Fuck.
it.
That's
Wait, 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 wait.
intense. I'd be
Rest
like,
in
no, no,
peace,
no, no,
man.
no, no, no,
This
no.
you're putting a lot on the line for this guy, man. Like, I don't know. Like,
I know. This is a pretty big torch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I was cool with it.
I honestly just don't put a lot of support behind a lot of dudes these days, just in case, just the climate, just in case I say something and
Hedging
oh
your
no, he's a
bets.
piece of shit. Oh no. So, but no, hey, I'm not saying anything about Zach. I'm really not. I don't know the guy, but
Yeah. Zach
but that
has
that I'm just saying that's a lot of praise.
Zach has all of my respect to watch him become a band kid to like top of the class.
Oh
That
yeah,
takes a lot of courage to do that.
true,
That's your
true.
the underdog story. That's why you're so attached to him.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
Hey, man.
I
Dallas
mean,
sees himself in Zach. I
yeah,
think.
I do see myself. I'd probably think of me as him in some future occasion where that will happen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's like a life lesson that I kind of learned from myself by watching him grow throughout high school.
you could
Makes
steal
sense.
someone's best
I think
friend.
I'm pretty sure he went to UBC after, which is like, the university
Top
in
tier.
BC.
Oh, okay.
So,
Got it.
yeah.
Is that like a good school? Like a known
It is a
school?
very
Yeah.
known school. It has its own like area in Vancouver,
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
its own little city.
Yeah, it's pretty much its own
Yeah.
town. That's how big it is.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but
I
yeah,
like it when I go there. It's nice.
it is a nice area though.
Yeah.
Going there from time
I
to
get
time.
to go
I
there
used,
at least
I
once a year.
yeah, I used
Mm.
to go there whenever there's like a movie set or something. I had to work for as a background actor for.
Yeah. I
You guys
remember
are
there
living
was
the dream.
sometimes like the oh wait, sorry, hold on. What was I gonna say again?
I
My
Sorry.
don't
brain
know.
just broke.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
Something about
my brain just
Vancouver and
malfunctioned.
Something about UBC, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I still sing. I do a uh all boys choir, and every year we go to, I think it's at UBC, I don't remember,
Mhm.
and we sing. And I remember every time there's usually something going on, either a wedding or like a background uh movie set thingy or like something. It's always something. Or like one of the lights is like burning and maybe might go on fire, but
Fine.
it's raining.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure they'll cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big universities like that tend to just have 1,000 things going on all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lights are always on fire. Yeah.
I'm on
Standard.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Students are on fire.
It's quite the norm.
Oh, my wallets are on fire. It's going through my money quick.
Oh no.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh no, it's going into my credit card. Please stop it.
This is the
Oh no,
world's
I'm going
smallest
into debt.
fire.
It's just it's not even expanding, it's just, like, staying
Yeah,
on this
you just
on his
you have to have
wallet.
like a magnifying glass to see the flame. It's like,
Just,
oh my god, no.
uh,
Yeah.
but, yeah, any interesting high school stories that any of you have? Whether it includes
Oh.
you or doesn't, or anything that
Um.
someone
Anyone got any drama, any
anyone got
tea?
any tea
Yeah.
that you wanna
I heard
spill?
that Tiffany was like,
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
I don't even
Oh
know.
my god.
No,
Go on.
no, no. I was never a drama guy, so I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
I fucked up my probably actually forever. I have like a weird like not like a limp,
Sorry, I
but
thought you were gonna go somewhere else when you said you were gonna say, "I fucked."
I fucked no man. I made my way through high school. Okay, no, I
I
fucked up
got my
my
papers.
my leg probably a little bit forever. Like I don't have a problem with walking or like a limp or anything, but I could like a little like I guess lilt in my step.
Yeah, okay,
E- ever since this happened, and I had a friend who did a lot of like videos and stuff in high school, and he asked me to play a villain in one of these videos. I was like, okay, sure, fuck it. And basically, I had to do like some fight scene, and I had to jump
Oh.
from there are these like stairs that were also kind of like set up as bleachers for the auditorium in the school.
Oh no.
So I took a sort of little bit of a running jump, and I had to aim because he was laying on the ground with the camera up so he could get my like me jumping down in an action
Oh.
shot, and I had to land over top of him and pretend to punch the camera. So I had to like have my legs spread out.
Uh,
I could not
Oh.
land properly that way, and yeah, I probably fucked up my legs because I was like actually, I think I sprained it or something that week. I didn't have anything to put it in or see a doctor about it, but yeah, it was not good. I
Fun times.
sacrificed myself for the art though, you know?
Practical
Commitment.
effects of
I
Yeah,
appreciate the
that,
commitment.
yeah.
that film end up going anywhere?
It's on YouTube, I think. I can't
Oh,
remember
sweet.
if it's still there. I think it's called just Slasher or something like that, but
I also have a YouTube
oh no,
video.
no, no, that was a different one. Fuck. That was a different video he did with me. That one was I think that one was called The Pencil Thief. Yeah, because the plot was
Pencil
someone was
thief.
stealing my pencils and I was taking revenge. That's that's what it
That's such
was.
oh.
a that's such a high school thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds
it's
like
It
pretty
something
sure
I
sick.
would do
is.
if somebody touched any of my pencils for drawing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, that would make more sense. Mine were just normal ass like number 2 pencils, the like
That's what
orange
that's what
ones,
I'll
but
do for you.
yeah.
Captain RJ starring in The Pencil Pusher.
I
Right.
remember that would trip me out to that video because there was a shot where I think I was wearing a hat that day beforehand, and like I have a lot of hair, and and I was really worried about the idea of balding because a lot of people in my family are bald.
Mhm.
Um, and I was wearing a hat that day, and the shot that he got me in was sort of overhead at first.
Oh.
And I looked at it, and the way that the lights in the room were like reflecting off my head made it look like I had a huge fucking bald spot right on the back, like just
Oh
that
Oh,
Oh,
nasty
that's the
one, like the
worst.
circular right in the back.
Uh,
And yeah, I thought, well, that's it. I'm gonna have to shave my head. Oh my god. And I was like freaking out for so long about that. But
you thought you had a ball spot for the longest time?
yeah, yeah. But I mean it's
I have a
been
bald spot.
oh well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. There really isn't. I've but yeah, I was just like super fucking paranoid about it for whatever reason at the time.
Oh, yeah. I totally understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I also have, like, a YouTube project from high school that's out on YouTube. One of my friends that Zach stole used to do a lot of YouTube vids on his channel, like YouTube skits. And
Where they just
one of his one of the later ones we did was called Life in the Hunger Games, which is basically just like a Hunger Games parody, except without the comedy, just like serious. But, it was, um yeah, it was filmed in one of the UBC parks, and it was me, Zach, and our friends. And yeah, it was just like literally like a 5-minute scene of me and Zach fighting. And then he ends up killing me at the end. So, but it was
Oh
just
my
like
god,
so like high schoolish
that's
looking,
awesome.
like grade 10, I believe. So that one was
Those
pretty funny.
Times.
for cause I took like thinking for a couple of years, right? And each year we had like stage combat for like a section, and that was always fun to do that type of shit and to see what like everyone else did. Stage combat, did that shit in.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what that reminds me of, obviously.
Pretty wild.
yeah.
Say my high school existence was very boring
Yeah.
compared to everybody else's.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any like drama that happened in my high school that I can think of.
I mean,
Oh,
for me, I know one of my best friends asked out the guy I really liked, and she knew about it, so that was cool.
Ooh.
Um, so that was
ow.
drama, I guess, personal drama.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the dumbest thing that happened to me was I was like student teaching for my favorite teacher my senior year, and my brother happened to be in that class that I was
Oh,
student teaching for, and that was
no.
awful. So that was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. Who would be more embarrassed
So,
though, you or the brother?
definitely me because my brother was like kind of like a class clown kind of guy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he just
Right.
rolled with it and was like, I can torture her, so this is perfect.
Oh, man.
She can't do a single thing.
I
Exactly.
thought it
She
was
has to be like professional about it. So
hmm
you think it'd be like a Marge Simpson substituting Bart's class type of thing, where Bart would be
Wow.
feel so much embarrassment.
no. No, because it was like the whole semester. So it was like half the year. So he
Oh my
just got
god.
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't just one day, it
Wasn't
was
just one
like
time, no, it was the whole semester.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I see why it would've been painful. Oh, man.
Uh, I think, yeah, I never like went to ask for 100%, but we did have a teacher that get let go at one point, and like nothing really came of it. Like he never came back, but like we never really found out why. We
Oh
had an idea
shit.
because he was it's really weird. He was always kind of like anytime he would come up and like try to help people with stuff, he was always like super touchy.
Mhm.
You just know.
Ugh,
Yeah.
So like
oh,
icky.
I been something with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a couple girls complained, but I
Oh,
it was like it was right on the edge of like I don't know if this is like sexual or not. Like the shoulder grab, like just weird shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be just innocuous, like just too buddy buddy, or
But at
just
that point, it's like, well, you
Yeah.
know, whether or not he intended, I think it's
right. I
probably
mean,
extremely inappropriate.
yeah.
multiple
yeah.
the point. It's kind of like I mean, like they're trying to learn, and it's like if this is causing them issues with trying to learn, then like fuck off.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not good
Um,
either. So it's
that
kind of
re
like
that reminded me, one of our home ec teachers, uh I was in his class for like a quarter of his semester during 8th grade for like woodworking. And I think the next year he got let go or got fired because he was you know, caught watching like adult sites in
Oh, he
his
was watching
classroom.
corn.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
was
you
watching
were
Corn,
I thought
the
else for
band.
Man, those corns are popping.
children. I was like, oh shit.
He was watching
Yeah.
Corn in his class. So yeah,
The
that's
band he was
didn't.
watching music videos.
Like
In the
what even
People
class?
are
like
weird
What I
though.
well, yeah, what is your thought process behind that?
There just
Like,
isn't
Uh,
one. That's
yeah.
I
that's the key.
prohibition. I don't know. What the heck?
because like
People are
Like,
it's not even like exhibitionism. Like it's not even an
No,
actual
yeah.
kink or something, right? Like it's just like I'm just watching porn and I hope I don't get caught.
Right.
I hope I don't get caught. Let's put on
Like,
some
that's all
clothes.
it is.
Hope I don't get fired.
It's really fucking weird. I remember I worked at a hardware store for 4 days at the end of high school. It was only 4 days because I actually got offered a job at the radio station I ended up working at,
Mhm.
instead. So I was like, uh, going in to say, "Hey, I'm actually gonna go and, go to this other job that I just got offered because it's a much better fit for me." And as I was about to go up to the upstairs office and tell my boss, I like walked around the corner and he was just looking at porn on the computer. I'm like,
Oh,
I'll come
Oh
back in a few minutes.
man.
yikes.
He wasn't even doing anything though. He was just like sitting there scrolling. I was
That's
like,
so weird though.
it is really
It's like
weird.
more unsettling. Like
Exactly.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just have weird.
He's looking
Yeah.
at it,
It
doing
was very
nothing.
It was very bizarre. And then I went up later and like I just like said, "Yeah, so I'm resigning."
Take two.
Yeah, sorry.
I
But and the other manager was up there at the time, so I knew it was probably safe unless they were both going to be looking at porn or something weird like that. But
just sitting next to
Just
each
watching
other,
it.
just
Yeah.
like
yo, check that one out. That looks good.
Let's watch that one.
No, the blonde. Yeah, like
Each other help each other out. And
No,
so,
that one.
fuck.
Give it to me. Hey, let's
Yeah.
try the
Comment
newest
and
one.
ask for her name.
But
The newest
asked her
category.
but then when I went up there and asked or said that I said that, and as I was talking to them and telling them I was quitting, they were handing me my paycheck. I was like, oh,
This is awkward.
it's very weird.
perfect timing.
It just happened to be right at the end of the pay period, I guess. So.
Just hope they wash their hands.
Hey, yeah, no kidding.
Hope this
Something
paycheck
about it.
didn't have any
Yeah.
wet spots on it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would
God.
have burned that paycheck or just have worn a hazmat suit for this. Don't leave any evidence behind.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, that's insane. I never had anything like
No,
that
nothing that
happen.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
don't have anything interesting like that, but I know my sister during her school, well, she's still in school, but during her school year, from what I've heard from her, it's oh,
Yikes.
yes, yeah. Let's just say that um just some marriages were lost, people were not happy, and
Jesus.
something that may or may not have been illegal happened,
Oh my
and
God.
nice.
yeah.
Dang.
Gypsy, nice.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Hell yeah, man.
I don't think
Hell
I
yeah,
would want to
brother.
explain it because I don't want to like misrepresent anything.
Yeah, no, holy fuck.
Intense.
Oh,
Maybe stuff like that happened when I was in high school, but I just like didn't want to know.
Yeah,
Like,
Actually,
tuned it out. I feel
I
like
remember
that's how I was
something.
until like grade 12. Like most of my high school memories are like of shit happening was grade 12. Maybe I was just tuned out until then. I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, I definitely had like my own relationship drama happening like
Mhm.
between grade 8 and grade 11, but
I
like,
had no relationship.
like
Never did.
everything else that was happening to me, I was completely oblivious with what was going on because like I only had like that one friend who also had no idea what was going on, and so I'd only hear the drama from like hearsay whenever like some of the kids are talking beside me or whatever. I never have anyone like talk to me about what happened,
Mhm.
and then even that
Yeah.
friend got taken by someone else. But so
Oh my God. What's with
Man,
you and
that's
having your
drama in
friends?
itself.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, like you keep just glossing over all your friends being taken away. Like seems to happen quite a
yeah, I
bit.
don't know. I guess they just don't find me interesting. I just like
Your friends or
I They're like,
You know what? Fuck this
I
guy.
think you need better friends.
yeah.
Sure.
Dallas, I promise I will not leave you in that fashion.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Good.
stuck with us, so
Okay, that's
Well, stuck with them.
stuck with them.
you're not.
He left.
Oh no, wait.
Yeah.
I'm not stuck with you. You're stuck here with me.
I'm not stuck in here with you.
Oh,
Then just leaves.
Leaves.
Oh man.
That's pretty good.
um, I know that Gypsy had a lot of shit happening to him during high school.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
He,
Yeah.
you,
uh-oh.
I know you were a little
Oh,
ruffian, huh?
yeah, he
huh.
is reading.
You little
Reading.
pod cat. I hated that. I hate saying that.
Remember that time he
I
talked about how you read the Hitler book in the
Oh,
library?
okay.
oh
No,
my god.
well, now you're gonna make me tell the story here.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not that. It's not that bad. It's just
Could
like
you please elaborate? No, I will not.
No.
I refuse.
like books, like they do that every now and again, but because like if the books are too beaten up, they don't want to keep loaning it out. So like, screw it. Does anyone want it? So it was a
Yeah.
free book. And it was like a biography on Hitler, and I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, right? So I grabbed that, and then I'm reading the book in class, and then like I got a weird look from some chick, and I'm like, what the hell, right? And then I look at the book title; it just says Adolf Hitler on the front, and like it's like, okay,
Oh,
I can see how this might look.
Yeah.
sus.
So yeah, I didn't read that in school anymore. After
Yeah.
that,
Good call.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Oh,
that was not home read. So after
It's like my favorite thing is when like people put on like fake book covers in public. Like the one that
Yeah.
says why women deserve less.
Yeah,
It's like my
yeah, that's
favorite
better.
one. It's so fun. So
I'm sure that
crazy.
gets a lot of conversation started.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Right now, my only at-home read, because I don't want anyone in public seeing me reading it. I saw it on the shelf at the library, and I could not fucking resist it. It's a book by Gary Vaynerchuk, the influencer king himself,
Gary V.
about how to make
never heard of him.
He's the guy that talks like this. Imagine your entire family dead for 5 minutes every day. Okay, that'll put perspective on your life. Okay. Like he's a
That
freak.
sounds
He's a
like a
weirdo.
downer.
Yeah, he's insane. He's a multimillionaire, but everyone like these weirdos trust in him because like he happened to invest in Facebook near the beginning and get lucky with that. But
no,
anyways, he wrote a book
Was
and
it
it's just
500
absolutely
cents?
insane. And yeah, I don't want anyone in public actually seeing me read it. It's like reading a Jordan Peterson book or something. But yeah,
You have to give us like a review.
yeah, I'm still working through it. So I will when I finish it for sure. Yeah. I don't want to be unfair to Mr. Vaynerchuk, but
how are you gonna sit there and tell me you wouldn't read a Jordan Peterson book in public when you have a Kermit the Frog profile picture?
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't read it in public. I'd definitely read it in private because it's a laugh, but it's a good time.
Someone over here told me to bring up 9/11.
What the fuck?
There's a guy that does a bunch of memes on Twitter and YouTube, JJ. Actually, Dallas and I interviewed him along with other people on another podcast we're on. But
Oh,
one of the videos he has is like a Kermit the Frog video, and Kermit the Frog's like going over like jokes that Fozzie made, like it's all improv stuff, and
yeah.
he's like, what about this joke here? Bring up 9/11." Like it's not even a joke; it just says bring up 9/11.
Bring up just bring up 9/11.
It's such a funny fucking
That's
like
Oh my
awesome.
god,
I
it's
gotta find that.
the best.
yeah.
We interviewed him too. It was quite hilarious.
That's cool.
We did like what was it?
His
Like a
name is Solid JJ on YouTube.
solid JJ. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I
Pretty
still
funny
watch it.
guy. I still
Finally
like
made backlog of all of the videos, and now I'm watching them like as they come out, which is nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, they're like what? They're like 1 minute videos of like these
Yeah,
like
it's all a bunch
sketches.
of, like, super short ones and a bunch of skits with like Kermit the Frog and the Three Stooges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was he the one that like there was like a hole in some guy's door or something like that, and he's like I see you have a gun, Kermit. No, I don't. No, what are you talking about? Is that the guy, or is that a different?
No,
Okay,
that's another one.
But like, if
okay,
you
Uh,
memes on Twitter, you'll probably like there's probably one of his you've ran into at some point.
probably yeah, yeah.
Like a Drake and Josh one going around for a while, like a nuclear submarine test thing. I think pretty sure that was him.
Chicken
Yeah, I
Joss.
think I remember that.
um,
We've been on Twitter in a while, but yeah.
have you seen that thing happening on Twitter where like, sorry, oh
Have you
man, my
seen that
voice.
on Twitter where like
Damn,
Yeah,
go
that's
off.
me.
Know all about Twitter.
Dallas?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dallas. Let's talk about
Hi.
Twitter.
Hi, I'm Dallas.
Daily Twitter corner.
Everyone, give me your best Dallas impression right now.
Everyone, give me your best Dallas impression.
I don't even
Eh.
know.
That's
That's
it.
not a bad
That's
one.
perfect.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
pretty good.
Great. I'm the best. Sorry.
Yeah.
If this wouldn't get us in copyright, I would just play "A Flock of Seagulls." I ran so far away. I think his singing voice sounds pretty similar to that song.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I just do "Rocket in the Free World" because I always think of Dallas when I hear that song now.
Yeah, that was like our first week in audio school.
Yeah, we tested out all the equipment and recorded a song together as a class.
Yeah, and we did "Rockin' in a Free World" by Neil
Dallas just
Young.
fucking killed the vocals on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Here, yeah, our teacher, Ryan, his name was Ryan. He's like, "Okay, so he suggested Rockin' in a Free World, so who wants to record, uh, guitar, just as a like we call it a scratch track, as in like, it's not final, it's just like as in like an idea for
Yeah.
like the drummer
An
to play
outline.
off of and stuff."
Yeah.
And it's like, "So who wants to do scratch guitar?" It's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I know the whole thing from guitar." And so I did that. It's like, "Okay, so who wants to do drums?" It's like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah, it just ended up
I'll
being
put a drum.
Dallas for the fuck out of it.
And the funniest thing was when we connect our headset thing to the from the drums to the studio. I only heard the click track, but I didn't hear like the guitar track. But knowing the song
Ooh.
from heart, I played like all the bits like on perfect like
I remember
on each
that.
section.
Skill. It's just
And
skill.
he was like, "That was good. Do uh oh wait," and then I commented after the fact. So like I said, like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't hear guitar from that one." And he was like, "Oh, wow." Okay.
Yeah, you played it right on it. I was like, what the fuck? We didn't even realize that like we literally just could have pressed a button and it would have sent the guitar through to you. I didn't even
You
realize.
just had to show off, though.
Yeah.
I got this.
It was a very, very impressive flex for sure.
Yeah. How
Unintentional
my
flex.
drumming, blind drumming played right into the song.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he was like, "Okay, so we need vocals." And I was like, "Yeah, I can do vocals."
That was me.
The one who can do it all.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. Oh, wait, hold
The
on.
one-man
That's
band.
a place.
But yeah.
Dallas,
Oh man, I'm actually pretty excited because at my new work, there's apparently a couple other Dallases there.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very excited
Oh.
to meet those two Dallases.
Two of them.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
been friends with one because they're very rare to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
any others.
I know one other Dallas. I know like 9 Rileys in this town alone. It's fucking insane.
If you can believe it, I know quite a few Jones.
I would believe it. Yeah. Yeah.
I know at least like 5 Tonys or Anthonys.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know a lot of Anthony's. That's for sure.
I
I
know a lot.
know like a couple
I
Ashleys, but not a lot.
Mm.
I know a lot of Sams. That's a very popular name I see, and so many people I know that are named Sam is
Yeah.
quite a popular name there, for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
It is quite a popular name. It is Sam
I've
I
encountered
am.
I think I've encountered more
Maybe
Seans in my
anyone
life
can.
as I've gotten older too. Like just
Yes,
more and more. It's
Yeah.
like there's like more Seans showing up.
Sean is
There's an
Sean is the big
They
exponential
just
one.
amount.
It's the Shaun of Dawn. I mean, the Dawn of
The dawn of
Sean.
Seans. And the dawn is spelled DEAN.
Or
Actually,
Sean.
that
Have
is
you
how
ever
it's
seen
spelled.
Sean as
Shaun of the Dead.
SHAWN?
Oh, yeah.
AWN. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
both of those Seans at our school.
That's true actually. Yeah, the headmaster was EAN
Mhm, and then one of
and
our
our classmate
classmates.
was AWN.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, scene.
and we had a
I
oh
see.
yeah, we did have a Dallas that was like in the other classroom,
Yeah.
but like he was like 15 years older than me and has a wife and kids. So I don't know if
Salad.
we would get along like
You never know.
that.
I'm sure you guys would gel.
I mean, yeah, we were pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, you know. Dallas's always get along once they
Oh
get to
yeah,
know each other.
every Dallas like are friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All
Like,
Dallases are equal.
They are connected into a
Connected.
telepathic network.
Actually,
Reconnect.
the only reason I'm RJ on here and like everything is because when I was working in the radio, um, I had to go by a different name than Riley because there's already someone else named Riley on the air 5 minutes before me every day.
Oh no.
So it'd be a little weird going from Riley to Riley. My middle name is James, so I was gonna go with that at first. But the guy who comes on right after me was named James, so that didn't
Also,
work.
Oh,
two Riley James.
like son of a
jeez.
Yeah, so RJ it
You were
is.
the perfect midway.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. It was just a great transitional person, you know, in
What you could have
names.
done is that they didn't even have to announce that it's the different guy. They could have just
Yeah,
went with the bit and say that it's the
I
same guy
swear
the
he
whole
sounded
time.
different 5 minutes ago, but okay.
hey Riley back at it again.
Yeah, yeah.
See how long
Right.
people would notice.
Well, and like we had like such different the other Riley had such a different way of speaking. Like he would talk normally in real life, but on the radio he just goes into like a hey, all right, everybody. So coming up this weekend, we got a brand new or like he was way more like
Yeah.
I don't know, theatrical about it. Where me, I don't know, I just sound like I do now on the radio. So it would just be really weird, just like just to
He just
jump like,
went really mellow 5 minutes
hey,
later.
it's Riley. It's like, did he just go outside and smoke a joint for supper or something? Like, yeah, it's request hour, and man, it's looking good tonight. Let's go. All right, it's like
Yeah.
dead air. Start like freaking out. All right, next song. Bye.
Um,
Oh,
I
I
would
see
listen to that
something.
radio station.
It's
that would have been the best.
just a shit post radio station.
Just everyone's named Riley.
Riley James.
Some are similar in voice, but you can never tell which Riley is which.
Good morning with Riley.
Yeah, Riley's on the channel like 24/7.
Yeah, who the fuck is this
Oh.
Riley guy?
Man, sometimes Riley's getting high, and sometimes they're drunk, and sometimes they're just screaming the whole time.
Welcome back.
Off the rails.
Starting your host.
Yeah.
This is an awesome idea, and we could have Radio Riley bingo and everything. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Instead of bingo, it's just like RILEY.
Perfect. I like
Yeah.
it.
They so right. They just shout out Riley when they get
Aid in the
Cool
R
thing.
row. Aid in the R.
Hey Dallas, can you change your Twitch name to Riley Radio, please? Actually, I think I have a new idea for a new direction.
Riley,
Hear me
Riley
out on
Ray.
this.
And I should change this podcast to Too Many Rileys.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
Everyone.
Yeah.
change their name now.
Yes.
One thing I don't like about the name Riley, to be honest, is how many fucking ways to spell it there are,
There
and
are
how many
different ways.
weird ways
There
to spell it
are.
there are.
I
Yeah.
thought your way was the only way.
See,
never-
I appreciate that comment. Thank you.
Oh
And
no, there's
see,
tragedy
yeah,
right there.
see, that's tragic. That one.
Oh
That's
my
horrible.
god.
This is from
That hurts my brain.
from like a whole year of practice of making
That's like
the word poggers into something really cursed
Oh my
in the
god,
spelling.
like some like Gaelic spelling of it or something like that. Yeah.
It was P-O-O.
that's
No,
like
wait.
that's
Yeah,
like four
P-O-O-G-G-H-E-A-I-R-R-E-S.
Q,
Yeah.
another Q,
Just all the
Jeez,
letters.
a third Q,
Yeah,
and a
throw a Z
Batman
in there
symbol.
for the hell of it.
And a Batman symbol.
Yeah. Oh god, Ryeley. That one's
That's bad too.
This is like Dave level, like our ad reader.
like
Has his name spelled.
Spells his DEI. I don't think it's his real name. I think his actual name spelled
Normally.
but
Yeah, let's try and spell the word Ian.
DE. Like it's like what the fuck?
The word Ian?
Ian, like E or
Like the name.
A-N.
IAIN.
I-A-I-N?
I would
Yeah,
spell it as
Ian.
EEEN.
Oh.
E-
Well,
E- Ian?
I mean, the
Ian.
normal way is just IAN, but
Yeah.
I know a person whose their name is spelled E-O-I-N.
Owen.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Owen,
That's Irish.
No, but it's
Yeah.
pronounced
really?
Ian.
Oh,
Well, he's
really?
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
He's
like,
not wrong.
He's
stupid,
been
so,
pronouncing
you
his name
know.
the wrong way the whole
Yeah.
time. His entire life.
I don't know how a Scottish person would feel about that.
Well, they're Scottish.
Yeah, it
but
would be Scottish, I guess, wouldn't it? Because like Ewan and
Uh,
things like that.
I mean, I
Ewan
know
McGregor.
I know an Irish guy
Mm.
name with that name, but I mean, it
Yeah, that's
could
true.
be
Actually,
both. Could
basically anyone who
come
was
across.
fucked by the British historically, in
Which
some
is-
way.
It's
Yeah.
like most people.
Most people, yeah.
No.
Anyone could be could be Ian spelled like that.
The sun never sets on those who got fucked by the British.
Yeah,
I remember a
it's
French
true.
person on my
It's
True.
very
tried to
true.
pronounce it, and they went like Hoenya. They pronounced Ian the way it was spelled E-O-I-N as Hoenya.
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 That's an intense name.
I asked I had a friend of mine, her name was Siobhan, but it was spelt in the Gaelic spelling.
Mhm.
And
Ooh.
and when I first met her, I was like, "So, I've only seen your name on Facebook. How do you actually say it?" Because it was like
Yes.
if I were to pronounce it, it would be like Shalbahan, Shalban, or something.
Siobhan.
Yeah, and it's
Definitely a
like,
whole different set of pronunciation rules. But
yeah,
Just
it's like
off the B.
that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah,
That's what I like about my name is there's no other way to like
it's very
uh
American.
change it.
Are you sure?
If you go
Are
with
you
the Spanish,
sure about that?
like double
Are you
L,
sure?
that sounds like a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
know in Spanish when you have the two L's, it sounds like a Y, and so I
Yep,
could say
true.
Deus.
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 Deus Machina.
Hello, Deus. Hola,
Deus.
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 Muck.
Hola, mi amigo
Sounds
Deus.
like a Skyrim version.
Deus.
Deus.
It is
Cerveza Gaia.
Deus.
down Deus in Winterhold.
Winter.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Jarl of Winter.
Nordic accent.
Jarl Deus.
Jarl Deus.
I used to be an adventurer like you, till I took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, I haven't thought. There's so many quotes from that game. So many just memes that just spawn from for a generation, honestly.
My
Right.
cousin's out fighting dragons, and what am I doing? Guard duty.
Uh,
What was that? Must be
What?
imagination.
Why does some of them sound like Newfies? Like they sound like they
that's
come
you
from the
know,
East
yeah,
Coast.
that's so true.
Even General Tullius, he's like,
I should just
the,
if I ever go to
oh,
Newfoundland, I should just
so you've arranged a meeting with Ulfric Stormcloak, I see.
I
All right then,
just
I'll meet him
whenever
there.
oh my god, when I go to Newfoundland, I should just like have headphones on and just play like background Skyrim music the whole time I'm there.
You set up your place to just play it all the time.
Every time I'm playing IRL Skyrim.
Yeah.
I'll
Like
that's gonna be the
You
next Elder
show up
Scrolls
to a
game.
comp and you try to do the same.
Elder Scrolls 6 Newfoundland.
Yes. It's not what was the place? It's not Hammerfell or Rock or
It's Dildo,
what?
Dildo, Newfoundland. It's a real
Yeah,
place. Look it
there
up.
is a real place, yes. Real place, Newfoundland. Dildo.
Oh yeah, I remember
Wait,
reading something like that.
Jarl of
You need to take
Dildo.
out the Jarl and St. John's.
Yeah, Jarl John.
Yeah, I remember when they came all the way from Iceland, the Vikings. They're now here.
They couldn't get back.
Yes,
Their boat
they
broke,
couldn't.
so they decided to crash out here and
You
just stay
know,
for a while.
Newfoundland's like just as small enough as an island that they could like render it as a full like map for a video game.
It's true.
And
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
next Pokemon games place now.
they could release Prince Edward Island as like an expansion.
then DLC.
Yes.